So guys, I think I may have overdone it with a signing right before the deadline day, and I'll let you decide on if it was a little too rash or not. But can anybody tell me if a 31-year-old Mesut Ozil is still good? Yes, what's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 44 of If I Had a Hammer. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. Lets me know that you are still interested. Now, I know what you're all thinking is, how in the hell did I steal Mesut Ozil away from Arsenal? Well, funny story is, Arsenal let him go first. Yes, Mesut Ozil's contract was up at the end of the 2020 season, as you can see right there. Arsenal did not choose to re-sign him, letting him go on a free, which on the surface makes you think, how the hell did they let a player like Mesut Ozil go on a free? Well, there is a little underlying issue, and that underlying issue is this, that he had a broken ankle right before the last match of the season. He was going to be out for 3 months, and Arsenal apparently thought that a 31-year-old Mesut Ozil with a broken ankle wasn't going to mean jack for the squad. But to be quite honest with you, just taking a look at his stats, he still has a couple more years left in him. Yes, as you can see, his pace has dropped down a bunch. He's got a 13 in pace, 13 acceleration. He's still very agile, still has a little bit of physical stats on him, but his technical, his attacking, and his vision are still world class, and that was one of the reasons why I snapped him up on the free. Yes, I am paying him the most out of anybody in my squad, £7.3 million per year, but the reasoning why I snapped him up on a free is the ulterior motive, to be quite honest with you, is to try and sell him at the end of the season. Try and get a good season out of Mesut, and then sell him off for bank. I want to try and get 20 million out of him. Yes, I know 32-year-old Mesut Ozil for 20 million may seem like a little much, but I'm pretty sure there will be people come and call him. But for this season, for right now, I'm just worried about how Mesut Ozil is going to do alongside players like Kyan Vandenbroek, like Sebastian Driussi, and of course, Dimitri Payet. But as if we didn't have enough to talk about today, we also had the Europa League draw, which of course we would be playing our first match in the Europa League today after that draw, and the roundup of the matches after this. So let's take a look and see where we are. I think I saw us in the second pot. Yes, here we are in the second pot with the likes of Hoffenheim, Celtic, Levante, Lille, Red Bull Strasbourg, Stuttgart, Dynamo Kiev, Trabzonspor, Feyenoord, Braga, and Saint Etienne. Let's take a look at where everyone's drawing in the first group, and then pick out teams that I hope will be easy enough targets in the first group. So let's just draw everybody in the first group, and off the bat, I'd like to play against, well, anything between B and E, to be quite honest with you. Athletic, Ajax, Dnipro Sporting, maybe even Olympiacos, maybe Besiktas over here. This actually looks like it could be a favorable draw as long as we stay out after Group A, but not before Group I. Let's start drawing. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, we're playing Besiktas, the Turkish club. And now let's take a look and see who we could be drawing here in this third pot. So we got Rubin Kazan, Dynamo Moscow, Austria Vienna, Club Brugge, and Spartak Moscow. 3 Russian teams in the third seed. So there's a good chance we're going to get one of them. And we're facing off against Dynamo Moscow. They're not a bad side whatsoever. And then finally, in the fourth pot, we have Ludogorets, Zurich Rangers, Verona, Hellas Verona from Italy, and Molde. We're going to be taking on Zurich, so that should be an easy draw right there. So, quite honestly, a group we should be topping. Let's be quite honest here. We should be topping this group, at very worst coming in second. If we crash out of this, that would be an absolute failure on our part. But just taking a look at the schedule, we should be taking on... We honestly should be taking on Besiktas first, but let's take a look at the group schedule. If I stand corrected, we'll be taking on Dynamo Moscow in this match today, but of course before we get to that, we must go over the matches we played in the league thus far. We played against Everton, Liverpool, and West Brom. Let's take a look at those results. Now, as I previously said, we only played 3 league matches against Everton, Liverpool, and West Brom. This first match against Everton, we didn't have Mesut Ozil just yet, but we still came away with a solid 3-0 victory. Vandenbroek, Poyenpao, and Driussi, the goal scorers on the day. We had 14 shots compared to Everton's 12. We both had 6 on target. We had even amount of possession, but up and down the pitch, we played fairly solid and enough to pitch the shutout Oh, Bartolome Dragowski definitely coming away with some miraculous saves near the end of the first half to help keep the shutout alive. And then the second half, the defense just completely shutting down Everton's offense, not allowing them a good chance in the box as we come away with a solid 3 points here early in the season. But against last season's league champs in Liverpool, we didn't do a damn thing right as we lost by the score of 2-0. And to be quite honest with you, the scoreline doesn't reflect how dominant the Reds played against us. They had 20 shots to our 3. We only had 1 shot on target. It was just not our day. Gonzalo Higuain with the brace, and actually that second goal in the 85th minute was off of a missed penalty that was saved by Dragowski. However, it just rebounded directly right into Higuain's foot, and he put it through into the back of the net, making it 2-0. We just couldn't do anything on the day. Even though we had the ball for the majority of the time, possession was a negative stat, as we just couldn't get the ball from the back to the front. And Lucas Teodorczyk, honestly, not proving to be all that great. At the end of last season, now the start of this season, he has really dropped off. Yol Paulo, the clear favorite for that #1 striker role. Just got to hope that he continues a fine form going forward. Which he did exactly that in the match versus West Brom. We defeated them by the score of 2-1. Paulo with his brace in the first half. West Brom getting one back in the 90th minute, but it was all but wrapped up at that point in time. Mesut Ozil getting himself his first start and his first assist on this day after we took 7 shots, 4 of them being on target. We did have less possession, but the formation that I have going on is more counterattacking, more, I should just say, plain old attacking. Who cares about possession? Just get the ball up to the front 4, and hopefully they make something happen. And on this day, we definitely made something happen to rebound off of that really bad loss against Liverpool. I know it's early doors in the season, but as you can see, through 4 matches, we have 7 points, and right in there with the mix. I mean, it's really pointless to be looking at the schedule this early in the season after 4 matches, as everybody's bunched together, and it doesn't really indicate who really will be at the top at the end of the season. I mean, you can take a look at Man City and Liverpool, both of them sitting up there undefeated right now. You have Spurs, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea also undefeated. They could also be top 4 contenders, but like I said, it's still too early to tell. And on this day, let's not even focus on the league. We need to look at how the Europa League could possibly shape up. I have so many center attacking mids that I don't know what to do with them all, so we're going with this formation. It is a bunched up 4-2-3-1 narrow. It's a modified of the 4-2-3-1 that I was using earlier, kind of like, it was like the anchor, but obviously the wingers drop back, or the wingbacks drop back, and the wingers scrunched in, and this is what we have. All 3 attacking mids are advanced playmakers because Driussi and Van den Broek are better passers, and Mesut Ozil the better attacker. Paulo up front is a poacher. Actually, I should switch that up to a center forward, a complete forward, because he has the stats to fill that role. Then going back from those front 4, we have Yuri Tielemans, Mark Noble on the day starting, Cresswell, Lucas, Enzo Rocco, and Callum Chambers along the back line as Victor Lindelof is coming off of an injury, and Dragowski being the goalkeeper in the back. Now, we want to start off in a great position here in the Europa League, especially against Dynamo Moscow. They aren't the team to beat in this group. It's actually Besiktas. The media are tipping Besiktas to be our tough team. But like I said, we can't sleep on Dynamo Moscow as they have had success in this competition in the past. So cross fingers, hopefully we get off to a great start. Let's kick off and see what happens. Now, the formation being as narrow as this, of course, we are susceptible to wing play. Hopefully, we can cut that down on this day and basically just use the steamroll attack of the front 4, Jol, Driussi, Mesut Ozil, and Van den Broek, and just plow through the back line of Dynamo Moscow. 7 minutes in, just about 8 minutes in, we have the ball. Ozil, that's some great passing, but Paulo just misses it wide of the post. Dynamo Moscow with a corner, just 19 minutes in, Zhirkov getting the ball in to Lucas, to Driussi. It's not quite cleared away. Now it is. Driussi, if he can just flip it through to Paulo. He doesn't quite have the speed, even though he's got a pace of 14. Doesn't quite have the speed. Maybe doesn't even have the dribbling ability. But he doesn't even get into the box. Butner there with the clearance. Well, there went that attack. 25 minutes gone, just about 26 minutes gone, and Dynamo Moscow once again on the attack. Good clearance away, but the ball falls right to a blue shirt. Ionov getting it through. Lucas, don't be stupid. There you go. Good save from Dragowski. I like that we've had a bunch of attacking movement. However, there just hasn't been a lot in the terms of finishing and following up our chances, Enzo Rocco there with a good cutout right before Dynamo Moscow breaking through our back line. We recycle it all the way back to Dragowski. He's coming all the way up and dishes it. Can we keep possession of the ball? We do. Driussi could do well to go out wide, but instead goes through the middle. Finds Paulo. He doesn't really have a lot of options. Cresswell out on the wing. He can put in a decent cross, but there's nobody getting into the box, which is rather disappointing. Mesut Ozil taking a shot's really not advised there. We need to do better with our closing down. It was a good tackle from Rocco, even though it was not the best idea. Van den Broek coming through, and he just misses the post. I was going to say Rocco has a yellow card on him. He really needs to watch out with those tackles. Once again now, Mesut Ozil slipping through to Paulo. Was he onside? Suspicions of being offside, but the ball pinballs around, and it's saved by the Dynamo Moscow keeper. We cannot catch a break whatsoever. Meanwhile, now they could hit us on a break. They slip it through, and Jesus Christ, the defensive line doesn't know where this Krotov guy is at all. We have had all of the attack, but none of the finishing. And then on the other end, the defensive line just loses Krotov as he was one-on-one with Dragowski. Just dinks it into the back of the net. It's 1-0 Dynamo Moscow. I don't know if it's because I have a formation that's too attacking that it's being exploited or whatnot, but just there isn't, like I said, there isn't a lot of great finishing opportunities. There's a nice ball over the top. Paulo coming through, forces the keeper to make a save, but really, that's what we've been doing all throughout this match. We're forcing the keeper to make a save, but the ball is going directly at the keeper. It's not being chosen on the far side or near side. It's just smack it directly into the keeper. Don't even bother if it goes into the back of the nets. And it's halftime. It's 1-0 to Dynamo Moscow. And this is a formation that is specifically designed for this team. Now that I got Mesut Ozil, it's not working. It's sad that it's not working. So there's going to be some halftime tweaks. All right, just about hitting the hour mark, and definitely some changes that had to have been made. Mesut Ozil out, Dimitri Payet on, though not in the same positions, and Lucas Teodorczyk coming on for Paulo because, well, if he wants to continue smacking into the goalkeeper, then he can see himself on the bench. And Enzo Rocco going through the back of a defender. Guess what? We're now down to 10 men because that's his second yellow card. And we are in a load of trouble. This is not good whatsoever. Victor Lindelof's going to have to come on for Mark Noble. He's going to drop back. And Teo Mullins, the lone center here. And yeah, it's just a complete shit show at this point in time. It doesn't look like we're going to come away with a win here. I'd be very lucky if we actually came away with a draw. Free kick, though. Teo Mullins slipping it through. Kyan, take the shot. Callum Chambers takes a second. How did Kyan not put it into the back of the net? He passed it off, or he was tackled off the ball. We should have had a goal there. Once again, another time we should have had a goal. Look at this. This defense is all over the place. Thankfully, we are able to, stop them. But this defense is just all over the place. 3 minutes and stoppage time left to go in this match. Long ball over top to Wukas, but he is all alone. Tries to take a shot. Why would you bother taking a shot? We have had 24 shots and 14 of them on target in this match. No goals. I mean, it's still a long season. This is only our 5th match in. As you can see, we lose to Dynamo Moscow by a score of 1-0, but there has been no better opportunity for us to score goals than it has in this match when you have 24 shots, 14 of them on target, 60% possession. How do we not come away with anything? And the red card to Enzo Rocco notwithstanding, the red card, just take that away. Because even with the red card, even with 10 men, we should have come away with a goal. We should have had something. And that free kick, as you saw right after the red card, was the biggest opportunity for this. But instead, Kyan just holds it up, just doesn't take a shot when everybody's telling him to. We should have come away with a goal. We should have come away with a point here in this match, but instead, we lose, and we put ourselves in a little bit of a hole in our group. There's still 5 more matches left to go in this. Like I said, the season is still early, but coming away with results like this, it's rather disappointing. So taking a look at the schedule ahead, I want to come back a little later than a month, since I'm only doing this once a week now instead of twice a week. We're not going to go on a month-to-month basis. We'll probably go month and a half down the line. But just taking a look ahead, we have 4 Premier League matches, we have 2 Europa Leagues, and a Capital One Cup match against Liverpool. Yay, we're probably not going to win that. But then in the league, we have Aston Villa, Chelsea, QPR, and Manchester United. You figure against Aston Villa and QPR, we should get results. Chelsea, Manchester United, not so much. Definitely in a dogfight with that. But then Zurich in the Europa League, you should figure this to be a win. And then we will come back next time on the 22nd of October against Besiktas. Like I said, Besiktas is the team to beat in this group. In fact, the media have been playing it up that Besiktas are the toughest team in this group. Well, if Dynamo Moscow weren't easy to beat, what does that say about Besiktas? Well, only time will tell. We'll come back next time, third match in the Europa League versus Besiktas. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and you want to see more FM content. It helps me out a lot, lets me know that you're still interested in the series. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything at all, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.